So gems. Once you arrive in Yorn, you're gonna notice that your first Chaos Dungeon run is going to drop you a whole bunch of these things. But what are they and how do they work? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crypt13 and today we're gonna talk gems. After explaining the mechanics of gems, I will go through gems live so that you can see it in motion, and hopefully this will give you a better understanding of how they work. So what are gems? Gems are equipable items that you use to increase the damage or reduce the cooldown of your skills. There is a gem for every skill that your class has. As the level of a gem increases, the potency of their effects will also increase. For example, a level 2 damage gem is giving us 6% extra damage, and a level 4 gem is giving us 12% extra damage. The maximum level for a gem is level 10, and for damage boosting gems, we will get a 3% increase for every level, up until level 9 and level 10, where at level 9 we get a 6% boost, and level 10 we get a 10% boost. And so that means we get a 30% increase to our damage for that particular skill at level 9, and 40% at level 10. Cooldown reduction gems will always get a 2% increase for every level, and it does not change even at level 9 and level 10. So at level 10, we get a total of 20% extra cooldown reduction for a particular skill. And so you can see that gems will definitely play a big part in increasing our overall DPS. In order to get higher level gems, we need to fuse them together. By combining any 3 gems of the same level, we can fuse them to become a single gem that is 1 level higher. Fusing gems have a 100% chance to succeed, and it's kind of funny that I have to mention this because we know that a lot of other things in this game do not have a 100% chance to succeed, like honing. You cannot alter the resulting gem after you fuse them. It is going to roll into a completely random damage or cooldown gem of any skill that your class has. It is also possible to fuse gems from different classes, and if you do, the resulting gem will be of the class that you're currently logged into. Later on, I will demonstrate how fusing works so that we can get a better handle on this. And so since fusing gems is completely random, we have the option to re-roll the skill that is on that gem. Re-rolling is going to cost us silver, and we can do that by talking to any gem expert in all of the major cities, and also by accessing the pet menu and doing the same thing. Every skill has an equal chance to appear whenever you re-roll it, so with a lot of skills is going to be a major pain when it comes to re-rolling. Additionally, re-rolling tier 2 gems is going to be cheaper than re-rolling tier 3 gems. Just as an example, re-rolling a tier 3 level 5 gem costs 30,000 silver per re-roll, and a tier 2 level 5 gem only costs 10,000 silver to re-roll. Re-rolling gems is going to cost you a lot of silver, and so consider purchasing gems that you need from the auction house instead. I alluded to this a little bit earlier, but yes, gems come in tier 2 and tier 3 varieties. This is going to be denoted by their color. Tier 2 gems will have a blue color, and tier 3 gems will have an orange-ish yellow color. Tier 2 and tier 3 gems are exactly the same. At all levels, they provide the same exact amount of damage and cooldown reduction. So as an example, at level 4, tier 3 and tier 2 gems will both have 8% cooldown reduction. And so this is going to be the same for every level and also for the damage type gems as well. The only reason why we don't use tier 2 gems in tier 3 is because their potency is halved whenever you do tier 3 content with tier 2 gems. However, this doesn't mean that you should immediately throw away your tier 2 gems as soon as you start getting tier 3 gems. A tier 2 gem that is 50% effective is still better than, say, a level 1 tier 3 gem. And so lastly, where can we get gems? Your best sources of gems is going to be firstly from your daily Chaos Dungeon runs, and then also doing boss rushes, which tickets will drop as you're doing your tier 2 Chaos Dungeon runs. And then also as well, the Welcome Challenge has some gems for us. And then of course lastly, which we already looked at, the auction house is a really good place to get gems as well. So those are the mechanics of gems, and I tried to make that as concise as I could. Now let's go ahead and move on to the live portion so that we can see gems live in action and go into a little bit more detail. Alright guys, so welcome back. We're going to do this in motion so that hopefully you guys can get a better understanding of how things work. So let's start with the 2 types of gems again. Remember that there was a cooldown and a damage gem. The damage ones are called the Azure, And the cooldown ones are called Farsi gems or Farseia gems. Not 100% sure how that's pronounced, but I'm just gonna go with Farsi. And so you can see in my inventory that there are a lot of gems, and you see that each one is kind of for a different skill in my skill set. Free shell, flamethrower, plasma storm, jump barrage, air raid, etc, etc. And so if you want to see your equipped gems, you can hit the P button and head on over to the gem tab. And you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 slots for gems. You cannot double up on gems. So for example, if I have an air raid damage and an air raid cooldown, I cannot equip another air raid damage and air raid cooldown. You can only have one of each inside of these slots. So for example here, let's see if I can find another air raid. Yes, okay, I have 2 air raid damage gems, and I already have an air raid damage gem here. If I try to equip this, which you equip by pressing the right click button, you can see that it just replaces itself. And if I try to manually put this somewhere, it works. However, we get a warning saying that if multiple gems have the same bonus, only the largest bonus will apply. So basically it means that these are dead gems and there's no reason to use it. So it's better to just put something else on that would actually give you benefit. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch those back to the level 2 and level 1 gems. And don't forget that there are gem presets. So, you know, just like how you have skill presets, you should also create gem presets to match your skill presets, because your gems are directly tied to the skills that you use. So if you're going to be switching up your skills, you should also switch your gems to match your current skills. So don't forget that this exists. So that's pretty much how gem equipping works. It's pretty simple. We're going to go a little bit more in depth here in a little bit, but I'll save that for later. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about fusing gems, which you can access from your inventory. It's right next to the dismantle button. So go ahead and click this, and you are greeted with this screen here. So there are 3 slots to go ahead and just put 3 gems in. And what this is going to do is that it's going to increase the level of your gem. In a sense, you're going to consume these 3 gems and it's going to transform into a gem of 1 higher level. So since these are 3 level 3 gems, if I do this, this is going to become a level 4 gem. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can of course approach gems however you wish. You can first equip some low-level gems for skills that you use, and then slowly replace them as you continue to fuse the gems that you get from your daily chaos dungeons and boss rushes and all of the other activities in the game. Or you can try to just get level 5 gems right away and then start re-rolling until you get the skills that you want, and then equip all of them later. There's also an auto fuse mechanic to make this a lot easier so that you don't have to go and do this manually every time, because this can get a little bit tiring having to do this all the time. So definitely make use of this auto fuse if you really want to. And then there's also these buttons down here, level 2, level 3, blah blah blah, all the way up to level 9. And so what this is going to do is that it's going to fuse all of your gems to try and hit this target level. But you'll notice that all of my gems are getting highlighted, so it kind of seems like it's going to eat all of my gems, which it will try to, but if it can't, then it won't. So let's kind of think about what's going to happen here. Well, let's take the level 4 for example. So if I do level 4, what's going to happen is that it's going to take all of my gems that are below level 4 and try to fuse them into as many level 4 gems as possible. That's what these buttons do. So if you do it for level 5, it's going to try to fuse as many gems to get to level 5 as best as it can. But obviously if you don't have enough gems to hit level 5, then it won't do it, or it won't get there. It'll get as high as it can. And so right when I click level 4, you'll notice that the level 4 ones aren't grayed out because, well, they're level 4, so they're not going to be fused to become another level 4 gem. And so we can kind of predict what's going to happen here. I have, let's count it, how many level 3 gems do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I have 17 gems, and if I divide that by 3, if I can do math in my head, which obviously I cannot, so I'm going to pull up my calculator and divide it by 3, and we end up with like 5.6. So that means what's going to happen here is I'm going to get 5 level 4 gems, and then I'm going to have a little bit of leftover level 3 gems because it's not an even division. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and let's see if that's what happens. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gems, just like we thought. And then we got 2 level 3 gems left over, exactly as we predicted. So hopefully that makes sense and makes it clear on what these buttons do. And so similarly, if I hit this level 5, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 level 4s. So this is going to give me 3 level 5 gems. However, I am not going to do that because I want to fill out all of my slots with as many gems as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and equip this instead of turning them into level 5 and having empty slots. So that's kind of how fusing works, and it's definitely something that you want to do as you get gems, and you just want to level up your gems as much as you can. And so let me add a little bit more context to gems by doing a little bit of math here. So in order to get a level 5 gem for all 11 slots, we can do really simple math with multiples of 3. So if you're really good at multiplying by 3, you can definitely figure this out yourself, but let's go ahead and just do it now. So a level 1 gem, and so it's going to take 33 level 1 gems in order to get 11 level 2 gems to completely fill out your gem slots. You multiply this number by 3 again in order to get 11 level 3 gems. And so now we're sitting at 99 level 1 gems in order to get 11 level 3 gems. I think you guys can see where this is going. We multiply 99 by 3 once again to get our level 4 gems. Multiply it by 3 again in order to get our level 5 gems. And we're now sitting at 891 level 1 gems in order to just fill out our slots of level 5 gems. This doesn't even include the fact that these gems probably aren't going to be the skills that we want. In fact, some might be duplicates and some are definitely going to be skills that we don't really use. And so yeah, it's going to take a buttload of gems in order to level them up. And so do your dailies, do your boss rushes, claim your welcome challenges to get as many gems as you can, so that you can level them up and then eventually change the skills on them to be the ones that you need. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the prices of gems inside of the auction house. You're definitely going to be coming to the auction house to buy gems eventually. You might not want to do it now, but 100% you're definitely going to do this at some point in your Lost Ark career. And so I'm going to go ahead and filter this to the level 5 and level 6 gems, and we can start to see the prices of gems. And honestly, right now, it's looking pretty cheap. However, the time left on these is pretty long. It's like it's almost half a day. So let's filter this to something more recent and see if the prices are a little bit more reflective. And yes, so as you can see, when it comes down to almost finishing the auction, the minimum bids for these get they get a little bit higher. So these are probably the prices that you're gonna see in general, and is a little bit more reflective of how much you're actually gonna pay. And so for my class, the artillerist, air raid is really good. Multiple rocket launcher is really good. Homing barrage. A lot of these are all really good gems for skills that I actually use. So this is probably the amount of money I'm going to be spending for a level 5 or level 6 gem. And if I'm being honest, this is not that much. A single chaos gate and selling the materials from the secret maps can get me 2 or 3 of these gems. So in my opinion, honestly, this is not that expensive. This, of course, is only level 2. So once we move up to tier 3, this is going to become half as effective. But it's still going to work for at least a little bit until we start getting more into the level 3 gems. Let me filter this a little bit further down. I'm going to look for more enhanced no, not that. Energy field. I'll look for air raid and I'll look for flamethrower. And then I will look for... These are fine. Let's see. Tier 2, yeah, epic, yeah. So we'll go for the level 5 and level 6 and see what we get. I think it doesn't like that I did all of these. So let me just go ahead and just do energy field then. There we go. So this is a little bit better. We have one here that is going for 30 gold, and it still has a whole day left to go. So, and the buy it now price is 55 gold. So this is honestly pretty dang good. Let me go ahead and check what I have right now and see if this is actually worth it. Because right Rerolling gems to get that exact one is gonna be a pain. So, yeah, honestly, that one looks pretty worth it. 55 gold for this is not bad. If there was a level 6, then I probably would jump on that like right away. Okay, here we go. Here's another level 6 that's worth 200 gems gold. This one is pretty good. I think this one is honestly worth it. Let me do some more searches. So, you know, definitely do this, and you know, keep an eye out for really good cheap prices, because I think that right now a lot of people don't really know the value, and to be honest, I don't really know the value of gems in terms of gold quite yet. So look at this. This one's 150 gold for a level 5 flamethrower. I wonder if there is a even cheaper, so I'm gonna sort it by the buy it now price. Level 5, level 6. Okay, so we got some cooldowns. So 450, and then we have some 200s. Got 199. That's honestly pretty good. That's honestly pretty nice. And then these, yeah, this is kind of a lot. 2,000. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna spend 2,000 on a gem. That's a little bit too much. But around the 100 to 400 gold range for a level 5, level 6 gem, I would say that's worth it. I would probably pounce on this, but I'm gonna sit on this a little bit more, kind of think about it myself. But yeah, definitely hit up the auction house and start doing some filtering and searching on your gems. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I hope this video helped you out on understanding gems better, and if it did, definitely leave a like on the video. Drop a comment down below on what your strategy is for getting more gems and where you're at in the game right now. Consider subscribing to my channel for more Lost Ark content, and until next time, I will see you guys later.